association meeting. Just make sure you're in the right place. I'm Kelsey Munn. I'm the president this year.
My name's Kara Johnshoy. I'm the treasurer.
Amanda Grigg, the distance liaison. My name's Caitlin McCann, and I'm the vice president.
I'm Cameron Segura, and I'm the historian.
I'm Mallory Stillman, I'm the secretary.
I'm Emily Morris, and I'm the NCDA representative.
And we also have Margot Valdez, and she's the fundraising chair. We actually have someone that's going to talk about LEAP Summit for us. So we have a guest speaker before we start on our agenda.
Thank you so much. I'm not sure if anyone's heard of LEAP Summit before, but it's a leadership conference and it's held the first weekend in November. It's put on by the Center for Honor Scholars and Leaders, and it costs $30, and it's an overnight conference, and this year's theme is resiliency. And so there's 4 different tracks, and you can choose what track you want to go in, and there's just all sorts of, like, it's personal, community, institutional, and global. And they have speakers from all around the area talking about different aspects of resiliency, and then we have some interactive opportunities and some action planning, so you can really take what you learn. So your $30 fee includes the bus to the Marriott in Fort Collins, the night stay at the Marriott, and all your meals. So $30 for all of that. It's a really good deal. I don't know if you've ever done leadership conferences before, but usually they're really expensive. And applications are super simple, just this little front and back sheet. They're due next Thursday, I think next Thursday on the 19th at the HSL office, which is in the lower level of Michener. So if you're interested, it's a great opportunity, and it's only $30, and I'm just going to leave the applications on the back table. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So we have the attendance sheet going around. If you haven't gotten it, make sure you sign it before you leave. And we'll have Kara start with dues.
Okay, so dues are $10 a semester or $20 a year. Without that money, you will not be active, whether or not you have earned the points to be active. From experience, I know giving Kelsey or I the $20 up front is a lot easier, because then you just don't have to worry about it for the rest of the year. So just turn that into me or Kelsey, and it'll be taken care of.
And just make sure it's just us two that get that money. The other officers aren't supposed to handle the money. Also, you have the point system, as she said. There's 5 points for chairing an event. That can be any event, whether it's like a movie night to get everybody together so we can meet more about each other, or it's like a big event like Candelaria is coming up. So then we have 3 points for attending an event, and then we have 1 point for smaller, more frequent events. These can be like we do Waste Not program, and it's just things that takes like 15 minutes, so it's only 1 point. So as I said, Candelaria is coming up. That's the 26th. We're doing a 5K as well, which is the 21st. We need volunteers for both. So if you sign up for the 5K, you can get 3 points for running in it, and you can also get 3 points if you volunteer in it. So if you want to run, we'll probably like switch off, and so if you want to run for the first 30 minutes and then come back and volunteer for the rest of the time, or you want to volunteer for 2 hours and then run, either way, you can get 6 points for this one thing. So that's a really good way to get points, since you need 15 to be active over the entire semester. If you also know any corporate sponsors, we've had issues contacting some of our sponsors from previous years. So if you know anyone that owns their own business and would be interested in donating, we could definitely use your help. We also do healthy food demos. We're looking for someone to chair the month of September. We're trying to get them to go more regularly. We usually do them like every 3 months, and we've noticed that people don't ever know about them because we don't do them enough for people to remember them. So I'm thinking if we can get them on a month basis. Last year I started it in the dorms so that obviously the freshmen can just go to their dorm and find out about it. We used to do it in the Gunter Food Lab, and no one ever knew about it because, not everyone even has classes in Gunter, so they would be like, well, I don't know it, so I just won't go. But we found we had a lot more people show up for it once we had it in the central campus dorms. So if anyone's interested in being the chair for that event, even if it's 2 people, we would definitely like to have that get going pretty soon. And then we also, you get points for sending in recipes and volunteering at those as well. We also need t-shirt ideas for this year. Every year we have SDA t-shirts. So if you have any ideas, you can just go on like those creative t-shirt websites, email them to me. I can print them out for our next meeting in 2 weeks, and then we'll take a vote, and I'll send those to the people who make all of our t-shirts. But you're not going to get that t-shirt unless you pay your dues, so keep that in mind as well. We also do a Waste Not program. As I said earlier, we donate. It's no longer to the Salvation Army. We had issues, they will no longer take our donations. So what we do is we go to the dining halls after dinner and we package all the leftover food, and we used to take it to the Salvation Army. I can't remember the place that it goes to now, but we had to change them. But it's still a really good program, and obviously saves a lot of money for these areas that don't have as much money as they need to feed the people around them. I also have the lactation station, which is what Dr. Clark is in charge of. It's stations on campus that breastfeeding moms can go to pump or breastfeed their infants while at school, or if they're here working, anything like that. We're just trying to be really helpful to people that obviously need it, and we've actually been one of the first universities to get this started. So if you want to help out with it, if you want, we do like regular checkups just to make sure that people aren't messing up the lactation station, obviously. If you're interested, sign that, and I'll make sure to send you an email about that. And then we also have to register ourselves with Student Senate, so I'm sending this around so that I can give it to Student Senate. It's just name, email, bearer number, that kind of information. You have time. And then, I guess we'll go on to Caitlin to talk about the peer mentoring program.
Yes, so my name is Caitlin for anyone who I don't know, and if you were at any of the SDA meetings at the end of last year, the spring semester, then we started talking about this peer mentoring program that we want to just try and get running for this semester and even the whole academic year. And so basically what the peer mentoring program is about is just connecting students, those of us who have been in the dietetics program for a little bit longer, with freshmen or any transferring students, and really anyone who just kind of wants a couple pointers. And it's really just to help connect us more within the SDA, and that way we can start knowing people who are in our classes a little bit better, and also just so we can like pass on things that we have learned, or so you can have a person who can be really intentional with you and can answer your questions. And so I'm just going to pass around my planner, and if you can just indicate whether you would want to sign up to be a mentor or whether you would want to be a mentee, I suppose. And yeah, if you can just write that down, and you do get points for being involved. And essentially, let me see, I have the whole sheet here, and I can pass this around as well with the planner. But did you have a question?
Yeah, did you say you had to have been in the program last year to do it?
No, and so basically, if you want to sign up and be a mentor, then you do have to have been in the program, just so. And I mean, that's something where you could talk to like Kelsey and I, or Dr. Klein. So like if you transferred from a dietetics program from another school, for example, then you probably know a lot of the same things that we do here at UNC. So that's a situation where you don't need to have been in this SDA last year. But if you are an incoming freshman or transferred, or just want to have someone else that you can talk to, like I technically did become I didn't become a dietetics major until the beginning of my junior year, and even at the beginning of my junior year, I would have really appreciated just having someone to ask like do I really need to buy a book for this class, or should I rent it? Just those kinds of small things, it's really nice to have, just talk to someone who's already been there and done that. So if you're interested, then you can go ahead and sign up. If you're not interested, then that's totally fine. It's just another thing that you can do to get involved with the SDA. And yeah, just make sure to write whether you want to be a mentor or a mentee.
I'm Mallory Silman, and me and Cameron, we're doing the marketing for Cancer Candelaria. So as you can see on the agenda, that entails the poster making, the poster hanging, sidewalk chalking, and any other ideas you guys have. That would be a good way to get people involved and truly make this a successful year. So if you're interested in that or want more information, you can come up and talk to me or Cameron after the meeting. And we'd love to answer your guys' questions.
Like you said, you were so up to you.
Okay. Well, you mean like what I'm doing? Yeah, I got you. So we're gonna have an NCDA representative. We're gonna have the first meeting on September 17th, and it's at the Loveland Medical Center of the Rockies. And I haven't even looked at the topic. It's not on me.
I know that Klein and Clark are both going to be there talking, so it'll be a great experience just to hear our own professors talk. If she wants to talk about that, yeah.
It's our annual meeting that we always have, our first meeting in the fall, where we have our CDA president and then the delegate and the public policy coordinator come and just talk to the members about the issues that are coming up with the profession, what we're doing with policy, what are some of the new issues nationwide for our academy, and then just to update everyone on what's going on. So it gives you a good chance to network and see what's happened to the profession on a national level as well.
What was the date for that one?
The 17th.
Which is a Tuesday
Next Tuesday, I think, yeah. It's
at
Wednesday.
6:30.
We have to go down to Colorado Springs on Wednesday.
Yeah. And if anyone's interested in setting up like a carpool for that, because obviously it's Loveland, I know a bunch of us are already doing that, so if we just want to get everybody together afterwards, if you're interested in a carpool, we can definitely start something like that.
And dues for that, a registration for that. If you are a student member of the academy, then you can pay, if you pay by next week, it's $7 for the whole year. If you don't pay by next week, it'll be $10. If you're not a student member of the academy, then it'll be $5 each meeting that you attend.
So it's definitely a better deal to be student with the academy, and then it's only $7 until next week. Okay.
And you can pay the day of the meeting.
And then the last thing we have is Community Fest. It's coming up in end of September, I believe. I don't have a date written down for it. But we are setting up a booth for it, so we're going to need volunteers and stuff for that. I'll send around a sign-up genius for all of these volunteer opportunities as well. But we need to have an educational activity for the Community Fest. If anyone has any ideas for what they want to do for that, I need to get back to her by tomorrow with that. So like for NHS, for example, the Natural Health Science Student Council, we're doing like a fun wheel where you like spin the wheel and then there's prizes, but you have to like guess a question right to spin the wheel. So it's all just like educational awareness according to like what your club does. So something nutritional based that also educates the public. If you have any ideas, it could be surveys, fun flyers, anything like that. So if you have any ideas, feel free to email me or talk to me after the meeting as well. Yeah. Is that all we have?
I have some things.
Okay.
For Cancer Candelaria, this is our big project for the year for SDA. It's the campus-wide food drive, and SDA took it over a couple of years ago from the communications students. We want to show that we can really do a good job on it. So we're going to need as many volunteers as possible to help participate in that. It's going to be Thursday from 9 to 2, and that's during homecoming week. So advertise it with all of your friends and other people that are in different organizations. Get them to challenge each other different student clubs and organizations, and you can even participate by donating foods and cash. And that's something you can tell people that the cash is very important as well, because that does help them purchase things that don't come in as donations. It helps to pay for transportation to get foods to the food bank, so they really rely on this food drive in the fall from UNC. It's a very big part of the food bank's inventory that we work on for them. So please try to participate as much as you can. The 5K the weekend before is something new that we're trying to raise money and to raise awareness as well. So advertise that with everyone. I also have a couple of other opportunities for volunteering this semester. I was contacted by Amy Vigazin, who is the dietitian for the senior nutrition program, and she's going to give me more specific dates, but there's going to be a senior health fair at the senior center in October that she'll need some help with. So she'll get that information to me on the dates. And they are also going to be doing some individual nutrition assessment of the elderly that she's going to need help with. So that will be coming up as future possibilities. How many of you are thinking about going to FNC? For those of you who are new and don't know what FNC is, Food Nutrition Conference and Expo. It's the national annual meeting of our association. So it's a great conference. We usually have between about 12 and 14,000 attendees. It's a good way for you to start networking and getting information. So for those of you who are thinking about going, I know that there are some who've already planned on trying to room together and meet and things like that, but we will be planning on sitting together during the opening session on Saturday evenings. So we'll get that information out to everybody who's going so that we have a chance to just sit together as a group for the opening session. If you need some help with funding, I know there was a scholarship or a stipend that was available through our program, and we'll be selecting some of those people, but the Student Senate also has money available. The deadline for that application is this coming Friday. So for any of you who are interested in applying for that, you'll need to get that in. I think it needs either an advisor or an instructor's signature on that application form. So they've been able to give anywhere between, I think, about $300 and $500. Awesome. So that's
Who's getting money?
Thank you.
the Student Senate. Yeah, so go ahead and check with them. You can find the link on the website for the different student organizations, and that's a real good way of trying to get some money. So
Where do you get the application for that?
it's online.
Oh.
Yeah, it's there on the link. So if you have trouble, just come check with me or the other professors, and we can help you out too. But yeah, so it's a great conference to go to.
And you have already said, when is it? When is the?
Oh, the conference is the 3rd week of October. Starts about the 19th, yeah, through the 22nd. And the professors who will be going, I think most of us are going, there's one who will not be, but if you're in our classes, we'll give you the opportunity to, make up those assignments. Also, because it is a professional conference, you can get a memo from me or one of your professors to any of your professors in other courses to say that it is an official professional conference, and you can work with them to be able to make up assignments or things that you miss. So that's something important to know as well, since it is a professional conference. Right. Yes?
I also wanted to make an announcement for anybody who's looking for job experience. I work at Medical Center Rocky as a nutrition assistant, and we, in the last month, lost quite a few people to other jobs, and I know there will be other jobs opening. I know there's currently like 2 posted. There's full-time, part-time, and relief positions, and it's great for hospital experience, food service experience, connecting with other RDs. If anybody's interested in a job, you can go to the PBHS website and check that out.
And then if you have any questions about the 5K, you can contact Erin or Marie. Can you guys wave? Hey guys. Does anybody have any questions? No? Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Make sure you sign the thing with your bear number and bear email as well.